Morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it, 4:30 a.m. and let's get going. Where we go? Picked up another star yesterday. Uh, this is where we started with the portfolio. Actually, it looks like this is where it started tracking the portfolio. So, I mean, not bad. Second day, we're already getting up there. Portfolio details. Obviously, there's been a little bit of a changing around for those of you that have been in here. Herr Lades, guten Morgen. You can't see anything. Hmm. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Wait. I got it. I got it. I got it. Voila. Can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. I'll get this all sorted out, right? Audio down. Audio down. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, guys. Man, well, we're off to a great start this morning. It must be Wednesday. Holy moly. All right. Well, now that you can hear me and you can see me, so yesterday was kind of a nutty day. We got GameStop earnings came in. They beat despite all odds. The bid ask spread on this thing is huge right now, 450 to 495. So it'll be extremely interesting to see where things are going to go. I typically don't have. I haven't been trading options. I've been trading almost entirely equity, long equity. But the other day I did pop in there when oil spiked. I did have MRO contracts in there from January. So like I said, guys, when I play long pretty much everywhere. Even my options are long. Um, but I was able to turn a profit on my MRO options. And all of a sudden I had an options portfolio again. Again, I've taken some long dated options. What's up, John? What's up, Freezer? What's up, old money? Old money, man. All right. Yeah, so I mean, it's one crazy day for me coming up where my options portfolio lives. It has survived. Just looking on the phone here, my options are in IBKR, so I actually have to open up a different trading platform. I've taken some long hold options in ACRX and Waiter. on top of what I already had in waiter. I'm fairly confident on the move and position of that. Um, so I've got ACRX into September at 250. I've got waiter uh, at $4 into October and 2.5 at in July. So we'll see how that plays out. I do have a strangle on GME today, so I am pleased to see it at 450 and 495, meaning that it's getting ready to go either way. My hope is that we see it go really hard to the one side and then back the other way. Um, but we'll see what she does at open. See what she does at open. Let's go. Let's pop open the charts and see what we get. Why to keep buying MBRX? No, I'm not short. No, my RTX voice is on. Are you guys hearing? Is it choppy? Is it? What's going on? What's up, Spidey? What's up, Spidey? Long time no see, buddy. Old money. Yeah, that's fantastic, man. I'm glad you were able to swing through. Um, so BioCris got an approval. I suppose this should be in my portfolio. That's RX thing. Merc update. Let's check these orphan drug designations that came in. What's up, Boris? Oh no, really? Why? Spidey, I wonder why that is. Oh, that's an interesting one. Oh, do you have a headache? Here's some acid. I'll go therapeutics, not publicly traded. Moving on. MindMed. LSD based drug we use to create chronic cluster headaches. What's up, Cybot? Nice, man. Nice to hear, Spotty. Welcome back. I'm glad that Zuckerberg. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I keep crap talking Zuckerberg too much. Um, ooh, ooh, double approval. I will probably can't trade this, but you find folks over in Europe, I bet can. F2G Limited. No, private. Mwah, mwah. Okay, guys, so it's Wednesday. I'm warming up. I'll be my usual chipper self in 20 minutes. Just got to get through this initial grind. Um, Melinta. Melinta, for those of you guys that don't know, Melinta is the company that was in the bidding war for Tetraphase with ACRX. So Melinta expands antibiotics lineup with $39 million Tetraphase. Okay, so they have acquired Tetraphase, but with Tetraphase, what they've also acquired, they're not a subsidiary. No, um, Melinta has acquired Tetraphase. They are now one company. They beat out ACRX, which is fine, because the reality is that Tetraphase had an agreement with ACRX to sell their Suvia drug and their what's the other one called? Elsevo or something. But the reality is that they are required to honor this deal. So Melinta will not only acquire Tetraphase, but they'll be required to sell ACRX's drugs. So it's like, great, you won. The other bonus is ACRX gets paid $1.8 million for doing nothing because of the breach of contract. Okay, so Merck gets an update. Let's go here and alter our watch list. Okay, we want SLRX on here. We want Merck on here. What else do we want on here? BioCryst. BCRX announced the company has established an expanded access program, oral once daily investment drug for angioedema. Okay, so that's not bad. Let's see here. BCRX. I mean, completely up to you, Sinui. I don't know what your day looks like. If you got to be productive, you got to sleep. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to hang out. See, I really dislike these articles because they don't ever go into anything. It's the same. Here's the numbers. Here's the numbers. Here's the numbers. But there's no actual breakdown as to why those numbers have happened, and it drives me a little bit nuts. So, okay, markets for today. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? S&P is red. Russell is red. Tech is the only thing that's green. Energy's back down to the bottom. Crude and Brent declining. No, crude's up a little bit. Brent's declining. Natural gas declining. Um, okay. Global markets are looking nasty. For those of you that weren't watching Martina Rita last night, the GameStop earnings came in and I was correct. They beat on earnings, which is kind of cool. Um, CrossFit CEO resigns, protest prompt reassessment of movies and TVs. They did beat, yeah. Fauci's talking. What else we got? Yeah, that one I'm particularly proud of because the whole world told me I was wrong. There was no way that they beat on their earnings. GameStop beats, GameStop down. People had their positions locked in ahead of time. All right. So let's see here. Nicola gunning for the F-150 crowd. How LVR is going to do? LVR. Is that an I? Is that IBR? IBR? Invesco Mortgage Capital. Let's pull up some charts. IBR. Here's the last year. Okay. If this is indicative of their quarter, I would say not well. They're not doing well. Uh, so here's GME. This is GameStop. So you can see that it's on the same time frame, a lot more consistent. All right. IBR is a mortgage capital holding, so it's an REIT. It got hurt pretty bad. It got hurt pretty bad. I'd be a little worried about what IBR is gonna do. Nicola's gunning for the F-150 crowd. Okay, so the funny thing with this is like they're making these bold assertions, like they can actually do this. Where are you gonna build these trucks? Like you're gonna build these trucks in Germany and ship them over here? Because you're not. One of the things that makes the F-150 so appealing is the price point. So let's look at the Nikola truck. Let's look at the F-150 specs. Hmm. I want to know. There we go. That's the one that I want. And let's take a look at. They definitely did, and REITs do that. They'll drop a dividend to get you to do it. Now, if you're talking about playing it through earnings, that's one thing. If you're talking about keeping it in a drip portfolio for a long time, Spidey, it looks pretty good for that. I'm gonna give you that. It looks pretty darn good. Yeah. So here's the Nikola truck. It will open reservations. So you don't have to purchase. You just have to say that you want to buy the truck, okay? The Badger. Nikola Motor has not produced any products yet. It does not have a factory. Come on, guys. Well, I don't think I need to explain that, right? Any other company in the world, what do you do? Well, we actually don't have any products yet. We also don't have a factory to make the products in. What's our market cap today? $26 billion. They haven't made a truck. Come on. Like, come on. This is just negligent. It really does. It is so negligent, and it what makes it worse is the people that are trading it give it that affirmation that what it's doing is right. This should, I mean, here, no problem. This 35-40 range, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give him that. This is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Um, yeah. It eclipsed Ford for market cap. Okay, so this is important. 600-mile range, 906 horsepower, 980 pound-feet of torque. Okay, by comparison, travels 300 miles on a single charge. You have to pay extra to get it to go 600. So 300 miles, 900 horsepower. 900 horsepower, huh? Oh, that crushes the F-150. Even the V8 doesn't come close to that. Now, they haven't built one of these yet, but they're claiming they got 900 horsepower. Nikola Badger price. Yeah, I did look at EMT. Um, I have looked at that. So he's saying it's going to cost somewhere between the 60 to 90K range. A new Ford 150 costs 34,000. Double to triple. Nice, Cybot. Good. Double to triple. I feel like there's a disconnect between Nicola and the trucking market that he doesn't understand. Loyalty and price are a big deal. Just nutty. So the F-150 guys is 36 to 60,000. He wants to charge 60 to 90,000. Um, so I think 60 to 90K makes it no longer an entry level vehicle, especially for the guys that are doing construction, just want to bang the crap out of this thing. Cybot. Oh no. Oh no. What have we done? So expect to see Neo drop. 60 million shares are hitting the market. So get ready for that. Fauci says COVID is his worst nightmare and it's not over yet. He says currently there's 124 vaccines as of June 2nd being developed, and they're going to need more than one. So he's saying that there's going to be multiple winners, but I think it'll be one for each area. Yeah. And then this is the Merck news. So that's that. Let's pop into StockTwits and see what's trending in the morning here. DGLY's down. Look at IMRN. This puppy soared 1,000% yesterday. Yeah, I mean, there will be there. I imagine the SEC will be taking a look on fraudulent claims. It's great to drop specs and computer images of trucks you want to build, but for people to trade on that, super risky. Just a reminder, guys. Today, 3 p.m. I will be. Where is it? Today at 3 p.m. I will be doing the. Oh, not that one. Where's the other one? The Wealth Secrets Twitter chat. I will be on there today at 3 p.m. So looking forward to that. Gonna hop in there, talk about video marketing for financial products. If that's of interest to you, 3 p.m. hashtag wealth. Just want to make sure I get this right. Secrets. All you have to do is follow that hashtag on Twitter. You'll be able to see the whole conversation that we're having. Any of the questions pop up, my answers. Should be a good time. I'm pretty stoked for it. World economy is going to shrink 6%. Exactly, Godfather. That's exactly how it worked. Absolutely. Or like, I mean, the HIV outbreak, right? Like you got that HIV thing that nobody talks about anymore because we're concerned with modern diseases, and yet it's still ravaging the world. Yeah, or diseases like polio that were all but eradicated because of the vaccine. and now are making a resurgence through Africa. Yep, just like that. This is big. This is big news for DFS. That's huge. 80% of forbearance clients made payments. That's fantastic. Okay, so IMRN down 41%. That's still got a long way to fall, guys. If I wish that had options, you could short sell it. In my opinion, that thing has a long way to fall. The other one yesterday that did kind of nutty things. Private. What do you mean private? It's not private. It's publicly traded. What nonsense is this? I watched it yesterday. Duo. This thing went from being a couple of bucks. 2 days. 2 days is the best. Okay, so um, over the past 2 days, it went from 950 to $120. Like, yikes. Tell me that's not nutty. Definitely some room to fall on that one. Some room to deflate a little bit. Because China. So this is Zoom Info, apparently. So this is like a Salesforce service provider. What you'll note here is at the end of the day, 120, holy moly, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. Goes up here to 120, and then right at the end of the day, 40 bucks. I think this drops back down into this 40 and 30 range. Imagine getting a short up here. Amazing. This is the Robin Hood contingent right here. That's what that is. All right, let's see what else. There's nothing really popping. I guess Lake's up a little bit. Lakeland makes the protective materials and stuff. Let's check out how ACRX is doing this morning. Down 26 cents. What happened? That must have been right at the end of the day. Look at this. Look at this bid ask spread. Oh my goodness. Bid ask 121 to 175. Is either going to be a really good day for ACRX or a really bad day for ACRX. Low volume at the gate, but you got $1.46. I'm seeing $1.47. I think it's pulling from the bid. So the bid's saying $1.21, right? Um, IMRN guys drove yesterday. It makes a diarrhea medicine, so we were all joking that people are literally investing in poop. Um, when was ACRX meeting with Air Force? That should happen end of June, early July. Um, yeah, so IMRN has come back down to earth. I don't know if it's still on the chart here. I got a bunch of stuff here that Vroom yesterday. Vroom was the IPO. It finished around 50 for the day. I think that's got room to come down. What else do I have on here that I don't really need on here? I mean, I guess these guys down here, right? Wow, this thing is choppy this morning. Ooh, waiter. Look at waiter, guys. That's tasty. That is tasty. Come back down to 2 for me. That's tasty. Me likey. What's up, occultist? GameStop's not sure what it's going to do this morning. I'm excited to see which direction that moves. Um, okay, I mean, so guys, this is kind of a big deal. I think GME will go flat. It's the one thing I need it not to do. I need it to pick a direction and move. Um, So opioid pills, we are in a massive massive shortage for opioid pills, for opioids as a whole. So this is actually good news for ACRX. So currently we're running out of morphine, we're running out of fentanyl, and people don't know what they're going to do. Senator Susan Collins. All right, press secretary for the senator. Let's connect to this fine fellow. So because of everybody that is on a, oh, you guys can't see it, huh? There, now you can see it. Um, okay, okay, it's a little thing of salt. Okay, it's a rice steamer. It's a tiny little rice steamer. Okay, that's a Brussels sprout, but he's gonna treat it like cabbage. Is that what's going on? Okay, yeah, yeah. Soy sauce, salt. Okay, vinegar. Stir. Okay, stir fry. Okay, so the cabbage is gonna be like his lettuce. Okay, from there. Yeah. Oh, those are rice. That's not salt. It's little bowls of rice. So it's like a bok choy. Interesting, clever, cute. Gotta have the bok choy. Okay, guys. So what we're looking at is here's Christopher Knight, press secretary for Senator Susan Collins. What we're reading is an article here that's breaking down that because of COVID, we've exacerbated a problem with opioids, and that we are now at a massive shortage of opioids. Um, Using paralytic agents to keep people from fighting their ventilators. Patients can have hallucinations and become agitated, so violent. The best NASCAR racer of all time, Dale Earnhardt Jr. But we don't have NASCAR really up here in Canada, so I'm not sure. Um, I just remember watching as a kid, Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was one of my favorites to watch. Guy was just ballsy. Guy was ballsy. He didn't care who was in his way. He just went for it, and I can respect that. Um, okay, so fentanyl 100 times more powerful than morphine. Yeah, I remember that day too. That was rough. That was rough. I think that's a wake up call for the industry as a whole with NASCAR too. The day he died, because people always cheer the wrecks, right? We cheer the wrecks. We love to see the crashing and we love to see the wrecks. But when we lost a legend like that, made people really question. Because if you watch the replay on the Earnhardt crash, people are cheering, people are excited, and it's just unfortunate. Um, Surgeries are being postponed or canceled as a result of there not being enough of the injectable opioids. Lisa Girion, that's who I need to reach out to. TTPH won't make it. Okay, let's connect with Lisa and have a bit of a conversation about ACRX. See if I can't plug the product a little bit. Um, opioid. Let's just plug that a little bit, shall we? A little plug, little nod, wink and a gun. So this is a huge deal, absolutely huge deal for ACRX. Not only do we know that the Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard, FBI, CIA, and National Stockpile are already looking to pick up the drug. Apparently, the entire medical industry is in need as well. Everybody needs it. That's good news. That's great news. That's crazy. Okay. There's no major movers today, so let's check out what's happening on Bloomberg Finance. I don't disagree with the statement that referral hiring typically results in homogenous groups. So the idea is like if you're hiring because somebody says, okay, well, I know a guy that can do that, and they come in, you're going to end up with a lot of people that look very similar as opposed to just an open hiring process. Um, I would say 90% of the jobs that I've ever had are on referral though. That's just how it is. Yeah, protests are apparently destroying the efforts to curb coronavirus. The top Obama economist. Yikes! Ooh, PS5. June 11th. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific. So 4 o'clock. Um, okay, I mean, we do need some laughter in this time. And this is funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. I love that they kept the actual girl on this one. Because we never knew what his wife looked like. Alright. Ooh, that's a fun tool. Uh, Hedge funds are tracking private jets to find the next mega deal. Interesting. That is interesting. It's definitely an interesting deep dive. Tracking flights by jets registered to publicly traded companies. Hmm. This is very interesting. Recent flights. I wonder, does ACRX have a nothing? Okay, what about MRK? Am I using this thing wrong? What am I doing wrong? No more GME flights. That's right. They sold their private jet. More data. I mean, that's kind of a cool tool to have, regardless, because something's going on with GLW right now. They're running around to do vaccine vials. What's up, Dunhill? PS5 reveal on Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's coming up. Expats in Dubai are leaving. Oh. I'm not sure what that does. It's just going to be a reveal, so I mean, there's going to be a little bit of hype on Sony, I think, for that, but not a ton. Ooh, I like that. What is ice? Oh, go back. What is ice? There's a couple really big purchases of ice. Oh, the Intercontinental Exchange. Okay. Um, 5 million, 6 million. Okay. There's a lot of Democrat buying going on here. Uber purchase and sale. Pat Roberts. TJX. That's interesting. PayPal. There's nothing more recent than this, though, eh? It's just the. I guess it's by reporting. Mark. I'm just trying to see. I was looking for. I was looking to see if there were any vaccine candidates in there, but do you have to pay for an account? More data. Okay, username. Not a lot of data on ACRX. COVID-19 research. Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting. This is super interesting. This is a gold mine for bio traders. Look at this thing, guys. This is huge. You may need to create an account, but if you trade bio and you're in this COVID market, that is something you want to take a look at. Remdesivir. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yeah, and remdesivir for treatment, guys, is one that I've been hypercritical on, and that is because remdesivir can only be given to a very select group of people. If you have any pre-existing liver conditions, conditions, GI conditions, pregnant, breastfeeding, elderly, overweight, any heart arrhythmia, blood pressure problems, you can't take remdesivir. There's tons and tons of issues uh, as far as remdesivir, so it's tough. It's tough. Insider trading. Ooh, also very interesting. Hmm. Yeah, hydroxychloroquine has a lot. Scroll down to ABC. That's ABC. That's not ACB. ACB doesn't have anybody. ABC and AbbVie, that makes sense. Hydroxychloroquine has lots of studies, but the issue with hydroxychloroquine is the heart palpitations make it that you have to be given it under direct and constant supervision of a doctor, which just makes it completely impractical for a mass solution. Yeah, I've seen the house trading. I've seen the other one. They don't get me nearly as excited as this bio calendar. This thing is a huge tool. This is massive. What's crazy is, well, I guess per capita that makes sense. However, Hawaii's getting the stick. Um, this is very, very interesting. Those are studies for hydroxychloroquine. What about just remdesivir? How many trials? Yeah, so you see remdesivir is really pulling back. What's up, Abhishek? It never had the heart claim because a lot of people weren't using it en masse. Yeah, it needs to be treated with. They're also pairing it with a Z-Pak antibiotic on the back end with the hydroxychloroquine. Um, so hydroxychloroquine heart. This is an article from 2013. What's up, VDub? Um, yeah, it's got cardiotoxicity. It directly is toxicity for the heart. You're going to see heart failure, heart risk, heart arrhythmia, heart attacks. That's a study from 2013 before all of this nonsense. We knew that going into this. That was a 2013 breakdown of it. stating the risks. Yeah. Yeah, so this is from the 29th. That previous article was the 13th. Yikes. That's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, hydroxychloroquine should occur in the context of a clinical trial registry until sufficient evidence is available for clinical practice. Um, Only at the direction of an infectious disease expert with cardiology input. Um, the intensity of QT and um, arrhythmia monitoring should be considered in the context of potential drug benefit. This is just it. There's no way to monitor if you have to track the heart on everybody that you're dosing all the time. This is just not going to work. Yikes. This is a cool tool, though. I'm happy to decrypt across that. Thank you for that, Cybot. I'm there, man. I get it, but what you have with people who are going through COVID is you have a already compromised pulmonary system that your body is trying to fight off. Your heart is working a mile a minute already. So when you take something that's already under stress and pressure like that, and then you add something that has the potential of exacerbating the issue, it just makes things worse, not better, right? It's people have been taking hydroxychloroquine in third world countries to treat malaria, and yes, that's true. The rate of arrhythmia and heart attack isn't there. I would also suggest that perhaps the studies in third world countries of people dropping dead maybe just didn't nail it down. Natural gas heads for record drop in global demand. What do you think about that? I think that that has a very real possibility on the basis that China has just found its own massive depository of natural gas. We saw that article yesterday. China natural gas. In Chengdu province, found a massive 15 billion cubic meters of natural gas. Yeah. Man, was that really 2 weeks ago? I feel like we just read that. Time is flying. All right, Hong Kong stocks traded at a massive 50% discount to the S&P. Yikes, half off. What was the news on ACRX you found? The news on ACRX, guys, I'll put the article in here. Apparently, Facebook has turned me off. I'm not sure why. Why Facebook got to be like that, hmm? Mm, I'll have to take a look at that. Buying lead Nike shoes. Yeah, so this is the news, guys. This is a huge deal that in the US they are running out of morphine and fentanyl. That's huge for ACRX that has a morphine replacement. The other issue that they're having is Pfizer does produce something similar. Um, Pfizer produces something very similar. Unfortunately, with Pfizer, they've had an issue of broken syringes. So what we have is a shortage on one side of effective opioid treatment, and on the other side, we've got a breakdown with the syringes. ACRX solves both of these problems because it's just a little tablet dispenser. Um, so I started reaching out to some people. The writer of this article, the senator. There was another name at the bottom here that I wanted to connect with. Now that you remind me, Michael Gainio. Michael Gainio. Yeah, there he is. There's my boy. Let's have a little chat, you and I, Michael. There are persistent systems of COVID even afterwards: chronic fatigue, brain fog, brain fog. But I mean, this could have so many different implications, from what we're treating them with to the pain meds that they're on for extended period of times. Um, yeah, dude found a treasure chest. That was kind of cool. Yikes! There may not be a single doctor in Yemen. Yikes! Scary. Animal testing is a go on COVID. That is scary. A whole country that has an outbreak and no doctors to fight it. Africa's protesting against their police force. Yeah, this was crazy. I saw this. These monkeys escaped with samples of COVID into the wild in India. The undamaged kits were later recovered. Uh huh. I believe you. Uh huh. I believe you. I believe you tracked down the monkeys and were able to recover every single sample unbroken. What? What reason do I have to doubt you? It's not like your job is on the line in the event that you didn't get those back and it did get broken and spread everywhere. That's true. That's true, VW. It's totally Planet of the Apes. They know that they're immune. Ape not kill ape. Hey, look, they missed on their earnings. This is that thing that soared yesterday. This duo stock. It's up to 55 again. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's gonna go again. It's gonna go again. It's gonna go again. Okay, what else we got going on? Twitter and Square make Juneteenth a company holiday. Juneteenth is the end of slavery in America. 1865, Union General read the Emancipation Proclamation to the public in Texas a full 2.5 years after it was issued by Lincoln. Interesting. That's kind of cool. June 19th. Juneteenth. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Mm, that's a little tone deaf, I think. I can do better than that. That's better. All right. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. All right. All right. All right. What else we got going on? Not much there. Anything popping pre-market? See, that's reasonable. That $11 level on that news, that was reasonable. For it to jump from 690 to $11 on news of a potential Navy agreement, that would be reasonable. That would have been a 100% gain. That would have been okay. This is a very reasonable level for IMRN to be at. This nonsense, this $27, this 1,000% increase crap, that's got to stop. That's not good for the market. I know that people are super excited about that, but it's not good. It's really bad for the market. All right. SLRX is. I don't know how accurate those stock twits things are because the bid ask spread on ACRX is 121 to 175. And GME is not moving yet, but we're still not quite 6 o'clock yet. So I think when we hit 6, we're going to start to see a little bit more movement anyway. All right. What are you guys watching? What are you guys looking at? Because I'm kind of through my stuff for the day. So feel free to throw out whatever you guys are looking at. We're going to keep looking in the market. We're going to keep peeling things apart as news comes in. So if you guys have anything that you want me to take a look at, just feel free to drop that in there. Um, Yikes, V Dubs. That's crazy. How are we doing on that coronavirus thing? Dr. Fauci assures me it's still a thing. So this is a good pattern to see this daily decline in deaths. But this is still, I mean, this is a little bit of a downtrend here. Yesterday, new cases. California's got a resurgence. Texas, Florida, Illinois, New York, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee. Who has the least? 80 in the prisons. Guam, Montana. Montana and Hawaii. I mean that's a super small increase. Let's be honest. Oh, is that what we're looking at $62 a share, a 23-cent dividend? Yeah, no, I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough for the risk. All right, what else we got? 15 billion euros to the aerospace, so they're trying to save Airbus. Wow, what a coward. Trudeau's hiding behind COVID on releasing his budget. Oh, I did. I did. That nonsense of hiding behind COVID as though that's what's to blame for the massive deficits in Canada is ludicrous. This guy's been spending like its own personal piggy bank out of that thing. Yeah, there's COVID support that's been coming, but that's supplementary. That's after the fact of all of the negligent spending he's been doing for 6 years. Yeah, you can't ban a mod. Debt explosion in Africa. We may actually be coming to a point of a global jubilee on debt. This may not seem like a big deal, guys, when these low liars stop paying their debts, but when they stop paying their debts, it has a ripple effect, right? Oh, well, the little guys aren't paying. Well, what about the slightly bigger guys than them? Oh, they can't pay now either. Okay, well, what about them? Oh, well, they can't pay. Okay, well, what about them? And it just steamrolls until it actually gets to people that matter. Um, very, very interesting. Oh, yeah, we've got FOMC today. FX Street. Man, it's Wednesday. Oh, A AIMT was something Hair brought up that I'd like to take a look at. Man, this thing has moved. I remember when this was like $12 or something, right? Yeah. Where was this? Holy cow, this thing has had a decent run. AIMT. Yeah, I remember when I was looking at this thing at $10, up to 18. Man, it's gonna go for 35. Interesting. It's a double up opportunity. All right, what do we expect today? Mortgage applications, consumer price index year over year, FOMC economic projections at 1. 1:30 is the press conference. So that'll be big for us to watch today for sure. How's the SPY looking pre-market here? 320, not bad. Not bad, all things considered. I think if we get positive news though out of the FOMC, we're gonna see this thing go up. It'll be Green Day. What do you guys think? Green Day, Red Day? Green Day, Red Day. FOMC, is Powell gonna come out and save the day again? Do we believe? Do we believe in Papa Powell? Let's just put in at VW and it pops up. So SPY's at 320. Yeah, me too, trifecta. DGLY is going to be a thorn in my side for a while. Called that thing out. $1.97. Where's that? Not 6 months. Let's go 10 days. Called that thing out here. No, $1.98. It was lower than that here. Called that thing out here and had a good day. I was like, oh, that's a shame. I missed it. Like it went up a decent amount. Oh well. Bam. Oh. Was really upset with myself on this one. Oh well. There's always more plays. There's always another play out there. Waiter 201. Please be true. Goes down to 201. I'm gonna get a piece of that. I'm gonna get a piece of that. Yeah, I don't come up with new plays very often, so when I have a good one, I kind of want to cherish it. You know, it's only once in a blue moon I get a good idea on something. Waiter's not going down to $1.50. Stop it. You're a liar. It's going down to $2. This is where it'll be. When it comes back down here, see right here. It's that line and oh, come on, come on. Let's go down. Let's go down. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. Let's. Oh, wait. No, yeah, we're still worth something. Right. Okay, I remember. Oh, wait. Are we still worth something? I'm not sure. Let's go back to 2. Okay. Boop. Back up. I'm going to have to say, I think that's a typo. I'm going to have to say Cybot. I'm fairly confident on my read with Waiter. Fairly confident. Man, I'm tired. All right. So BMY and Mark aren't really moving. ACRX isn't moving yet. Nobody's making a decision on GME, which way it wants to go. They hate us because they Twitch things. uh, Late night. That's all. Didn't get to bed until like quarter to 11, so that's all. Look at how Waiter performed on their last earnings. Yeah, I wonder. I wish somebody had called Waiter actually before their last earnings. Um, I wish somebody had called Waiter before their last earnings, somewhere around here. That would have been great if they could have just called it before it did this. That would have been fantastic. Kappa. Kappa. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. MBRX, that's looking good. SLRX, that's looking good. That's looking great. 159 to 180. Yes, please. Holdings still aren't populating. I want to open up. Okay. No major policy decisions are expected today. Okay, so people want to know yield curve control. This will be interesting. I wonder if he's going to say that we are still open to pumping liquidity as needed despite the jobs report. If the market hears that the money printer is not being retired, I think we'll do well today. If it doesn't, top news. All right, guys, I'm going to take a 60-second break. I will be right back. Okay. What are we doing? Is everybody behaving? Is everybody being good? Ooh, KFC into the rice cooker. I could do that. Okay, let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. This. Okay. So here's the portfolio, guys. It's changed a little bit. This is available for you guys to check out over on Tip Ranks. Yeah, Trifecta, I have the same problem with IBKR. Um, it's just a little sketchy. So yeah, this is what the current portfolio is looking like. Heavily weighted to ACRX still. It is. It definitely is. I could not recommend it more. They actually, she sent me something that I was supposed to use, and I haven't started using yet. Where is it? Twitter chat, Marina, this thing. Okay, so it's this. I gotta go to Bitly here. Bitly. No, that's not what I wanted. Painkillers in the hospitals. That's not. That's not right. That's not right. 2 seconds here, guys. I can't show you my screen at the moment just because I'm trying to put together a link for you here. There's that. And then there's this. Okay, copy. And then to do this, we go here. There's a Bitly link, guys, to take you to what they do and what they're about. When you guys click there, they'll also know that you came from me. It's not an affiliate fee. It's just to let them know that the traffic is coming from here. So let's go into. I want to go to this thing here, and I want to go to this thing here. Commands, bot commands, chat commands. And I want to custom command, add a new command. Worth response. Check out the tip ranks portfolio, tip ranks options. I get paid nothing, guys. Full disclosure on that. I get paid absolutely nothing for you guys doing that, but I'm a huge fan of the tool. I am. The analyst breakdown has been huge. Okay, so we're up over yesterday on this. We're up. Well, who knows whether we're up or down on ACRX. I'd love it for it to go this way. I'd love for it to go to that 175. That would make me a very happy man. That would be profitable today if it went to 175. MRKR again, if it went to 276, I would be a very happy man. This one, I'm not too happy that it's on its way down. It should be on its way up. Everything else here is kind of a meme. No way. Really? CGC? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, what I love about this is okay, so here's the thing, guys. If you want to do due diligence on something, it's kind of nice the way that this is laid out. So, let's go to a company like, what's something that you guys like to trade? Just throw it out there. Something that you guys like to trade. AMD. Okay. So you go into AMD, okay? Start at the top, stock analysis. Okay, so this gives you a great snapshot overview of what the tool does. I'll do two next, but so outperform. It's a 10 out of 10. People love this thing right now. Analyst ratings a moderate buy. Blogger opinions is bullish. Hedge fund insider activity is down a little bit. The fundamentals are there for you, technicals. But you can go down this sidebar here and look at all of the analysts currently weighing in on this, where their position is, what they're seeing. High, average, low. That's great stuff. Investors. Um, so how many on tip ranks? What percentage of portfolios are currently holding this? It's so simple. So individual investors don't like it. They're on the bearish side on AMD, which is interesting to note. When the market is bearish, you should be bloggers. Bloggers are bullish. And it gives you blogs that you can read on both sides to help you with your due diligence, right? Insider trading. SVP 6 days ago bought 3.5 million of this thing. News. Keywords. Media coverage. Position. Like this is a beast, guys. This is an absolute beast for due diligence. Hedge funds that have AMD in it. And then, of course, you've got your charts with all your breakdown of whatever you need, upcoming earnings, dividend yields. If there is one, there wouldn't be any, I don't think, on this. And other similar stocks. Pretty cool. Yeah, and I mean, that's the other thing is the research tools, right? You can head up here, top smart score. So these are the stocks that are ranked 10, and you can go down here, and sometimes you can find an outlier, right? So that's at the high side. Let's go to the low side. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Like these are, that's kind of a big deal, right? Let's see this one. Okay, MHLD, financial holdings, okay, analysts, consensus one of a dollar. So this thing has an outperform rating on it. VBIV, analysts, $5 high, double up. What is the stock highlighted in the top right? I'm not sure. Um, Analysts top stocks. Again, sort by price. Find your price point. Ooh. Hello. How are you? You're a beautiful little thing, aren't you? Ooh. It does, yeah. Directly beneath the username. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, I can't read this. Every time I try to go and click on whatever that is, it just opens up this thing. I can't see it anymore. Ah, V-dub. Um, this is actually really interesting here, guys. 44 cents, and it's got several analysts that are projecting it up in the $3, $4. Like, ooh, yes, please. What does Actinium Pharmaceuticals do? ATNM. I may have found a play. Very interesting. Is this the NASH drug? Mm, biodegradation. I just don't know that their pipeline's moving fast enough. Look at that. They're up 30% this morning. Yeah, it's a leukemia, it's a cancer drug. They're up 30% this morning. Hmm. I mean the IMRN moved on some news. Yeah, but what stock is it? What are my favorite colors? I'm not really a color guy. I have a hard time with colors. I have a color. My family says that I'm color stupid. I have a really bad ability to differentiate colors. I see them all, but I couldn't tell you blue from purple. I couldn't tell you greens from yellows. I couldn't tell you greens from oranges. I couldn't tell you greens from browns. I couldn't tell you certain green or some oranges from reds. Pink and red. I've got no hope. So I see color. I'm not able to tell you what color it is. So favorite colors doesn't really play in. I like to use like a deep red, like a blood red, and a white for a lot of the logos and stuff that I do. Maybe that's just the Canadian in me. Yeah, it's weird. I My suspicion on it is not so when people say, "Oh, well, you're colorblind." No, I'm not colorblind. I actually see the full spectrum of color. I think it comes to how I learned colors in school. So in school, they teach you not maroon, like a blood red, like this bull down here, like this red and white. Um, but when you're in school, they teach you the stop sign is red, the apple is red unless it's a green apple and then it's green. So when people point at things, they're like, "Oh, well, what color is this?" It's like I don't know. Um, Photoshop. Um, yeah, blood trail. That red. That guy's that red right there. That's exactly it. Um, so yeah, what I learned was my colors. So like Grimace is purple, right? Like I know that Grimace is purple, but if you were to take Grimace and like color swap him and say, okay, well, what color is this patch of color over here? I couldn't tell you it was purple. Purple because most of your photos have purple aura around it. Interesting. I know that this photo here, this is the one that a lot of people see, is this one here. This if this is purple instead of blue, this purplish hue that's here is because that's the backdrop on one of the conferences that I spoke at. So it's more so that their model was purple. Here, this bluish, or if this is a purple aura, this was just the lighting on the backdrop at one of the conferences I spoke at. So it's less my choosing and more so the conferences I speak at that I get photos taken at have purple in their motif. All right. 620. What are we looking at? Still no major movers today. Nothing's really popping off here. I'd hoped we see some movement on something. Like, come on. Ugh. Wednesdays. This is my problem with Wednesdays. It's just this monotonous grind. Red today. Because my favorite color is red, today will be red in the markets, guys. That's how that works. So I hope you're on the downside because if you're on the upside, it's all my fault, right? Um, I mean, even here, there's not a ton of news. What does Koifin have for news? Two British tea brands become embroiled in George Floyd. Dump it in the sea. Well, people are just looking to businesses to get behind the Black Lives Matter movement, and I think that's going to be less about what they say on Twitter and more about, okay, well, what does your hiring policy look like? What does your actual support look like? Is your CEO marching in protest? Is Jack Dorsey can very much say more articles on Jack Dorsey. How green is the EU's recovery plan? Luxury real estate in New York could slump. Chinese COVID vaccine shows promise. See no fun. Morning dice. Um, I love how Nike did it. I love Nike's don't do it. Yeah, the idea that silence or not speaking out on this means that you are part of the problem is a narrative that happens very quickly, and that's often a narrative pushed by an agenda where they want people to draw a line in the ground so that they can tear them down or build them up. Um, Now, in this case, I think that every company out there doesn't really have much to consider on this. Any company that isn't there, any company that's like, well, Black Lives don't matter, nobody wants to say that. So I don't know why any company wouldn't just get to this and say what happened to George Floyd was wrong. It's a systemic problem and it needs to be dealt with. Here's how we as a company are dealing with it. And I think that Nike did a really fantastic job with their marketing where they got out ahead of this thing. They knew the direction that it was going to be headed in. And as a result, what they were able to do is actually produce a fairly productive response. Um, so I think that I hmm, I think that I think that what Nike did was pretty freaking spot on. I think they nailed it. The "Don't Do It" campaign was extremely effective. All right, what else are we watching, guys? We watching Nikola? We watching Tesla today? What are we watching? Yeah, Kaepernick. That's true. But that's just it. We've got consistency of tone and message. Nobody can really come out. Is Adidas listed in the US? I don't know. I'm gonna head over to the browser because there's not really a lot of news. Adidas. It's a pink sheet. It's an OTC. It's an expensive OTC, but it's an OTC. Nike not doing so well the past couple days here. It's like a 6 months. Okay, well, it's doing a little bit better than I thought. My goodness. All right. All right. That's fair. Okay, percent change. Nicola. Up pre-market. Chesapeake is down to $21. This thing was a fall. As much as we were watching things yesterday, watching those few stocks that were just going a little nuts. Here's Chesapeake over the last 5 days, guys, and this is proof that Powell has broken the market. Yeah, most of the athletic companies will be more vocally supportive of that. Same thing with music producers, entertainment industry. Those are going to be more highly leaning into the Black Lives Matter movement. Retailers, clothing distributors, they're going to lean in pretty heavy. Financial sector doesn't really. Sometimes somebody takes a shot at it, but it's difficult. Chesapeake is an energy company. So this is it's an energy company that really needs to just be dissolved and delisted at this point. They're extremely fraudulent. They game the stock market as much as they possibly can with reverse splits and whatever else. So you'll see 5 days ago, this thing was down at $13, but it would go to was it 3 months ago? No, a little further back than that, 6 months ago. Where's the dip? At one point they were down. At one point they were down at like the $3 level or the $4 level or something. A year? Anyways, they were down at this ridiculous level. And so here we go. And it spikes up to 75. Drops down a little bit because people realize, hey, that's kind of nuts. This thing isn't really worth that. Goes right back up to the 70 line. People are like, no, seriously, it's not worth that. It's risking going into Chapter 11 bankruptcy, guys. Oh, right, bankruptcy. Dropped 16. Look at that drop. Look at that. Now, it did buy up a little bit. Um, it did buy up a little bit and then return back down to this 24 line. I think we see this continue to drop today. Nothing unlucky about it. They've been absolutely crooked for years. Um, yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Glad to see him go. So this is still looking good on SLRX this morning. MFA I'd kind of hoped would come back down to 250. It hasn't yet. MBRX is right around that line. It's still holding. As long as the bid is where the price was yesterday, I'm okay with that. ACRX, I want this thing to move. This is no good. Like, I don't care that you've got a bid at 121. Yo, what's up, Liam? Um, what else do you guys want me to look at? I am completely open to looking at whatever you guys want to look at. If you have stocks that you guys are considering, if you got plays that you see coming down the pipeline, I am more than happy to take a look at that for sure. Boom. This is the thing with Wednesdays, guys. There's no news. The thing doesn't flow, um, which makes the morning due diligence really freaking painful. Oh, that's good news. Ooh, look who just connected. Somebody just connected with me on the LinkedIn. I'll message him after. Gotta plug that ACR. Gotta plug that Desuvia. Maybe I'll do that now. Mm, we're connected. I don't need. There we go. Let's see if I get a response on that. I'm excited that he connected though. That's kind of cool. Locked in for another 10 bagger. Do I ever day trade? So I'm in the market all day, but I my trades are long equity. Most of my trades are on the 6 to 18 month. There's a couple here that are not. There's a couple in my portfolio that are not 6 to 18 months. But ACRX is a 6 to 18 month. MBRX is 6 to 18 months. MRKR 6 to 18. IMMP is 6 to 18. SLRX may be a position that I exit at the end of next week, but we'll see. We'll see. I am in the markets all day. I don't stream my trading throughout the day for several different reasons. One of them, of course, being the disclaimer of I provide no financial advice. What I do is I provide you guys the knowledge of how you break down your stocks and come to an understanding of what your plays should look like. I teach you how to fish instead of giving you fish. I find that there's a lot of risk, especially on live streaming, so YouTube or Twitch or Twitter, wherever you're live streaming. If you're streaming your trades, I think there's a lot of risk of influencing the market, and I would hate to get involved with the SEC taking a look at that. So for me, I like to do my show in the morning before the market opens. You guys can see what I'm looking at, but you won't know my entries, you won't know my exits. I can't really influence your position outside of the news that's publicly available that we're reading. So it's a bit of a safety feature for me as well. But I do day trade. I am in the market as far as um, being a trader who has my desktop open pretty much all day. But my plays are on a 16 to 18 scale for sure. What else are we looking at today, guys? What are we seeing coming down the pipeline? Futures pause as markets wait for the Fed. What does that mean? ECB is reportedly drawing up plans for a bad bank. What is a bad bank? How can a bad bank be good? That's the question. The government's blah blah blah. All three are close to adopting bad bank solutions. I use TD Advanced Dashboard. So that this one here in Canada, we don't have Thinkorswim. We've got the TD Advanced Dashboard. So that's what I use. And then I use a wide variety of sources to come up with where I'm going. I am not a big Leafs fan. No. I'm bullish on what? On Thor? I think that means Thor. Any concerns that we're looking for? Yeah, lockdown. That would be the big one. If we see lockdown happen faster than I expected, then yeah, that could hurt Thor. Otherwise, it should be fine. You would need to go to TD and open a Waterhouse account for sure. So TD Waterhouse is their investment branch. You would have to go in, do a meeting with them. They want to know that you understand what you're doing. Otherwise, they'll just try to sell you mutual funds, or bonds. Liam, I'm not a big Leafs fan. I am a Penguins fan. I have been since I was about 5 or 6. I did enjoy watching the Leafs growing up, the Dave Andreychuk and Doug Gilmour, Wendell Clark. Like I was there for that. I just liked watching Lemieux play better. Lemieux just there was something about how Lemieux played that I I I was a sucker. And then I was taught when you pick a team, that's your team for life. So my dad very much convicted me of that. So at 5 or 6, when I said I'm a Penguins fan, he said that's it, it's done. You can't be a Leafs fan, you can't be a Habs fan, you can't do that. You got to be a Penguins fan for life, and so that's what it was. I went through 10 years of bankruptcy, 10 years of losing and a bankruptcy. Crosby was obviously a huge acquisition for the Penguins, and then being a Penguins fan was cool again. But I was there from when they won it back to back in the '90s to all the way to Crosby. So I'm not one of them bandwagon jumpers. I've been a Penguins fan pretty much my entire life. All right, what else we got going on here? IMRN is continuing to decline. DUO. Okay, unaudited financial results from Duo. 60% decrease year over year from Duo. Okay. So bad banks are banks that are really, really bad. They're looking like they're not going to be able to cover the cost of their loans if they get defaulted on. So that's interesting to see. All right, guys, I'm just going to fill my water up. I'm going to be 60 seconds. I will be right back. Get a bigger glass. I don't know. Like I go through the water. Um, Signed up with TD in the States without having to talk with anyone. Had account opened and money transferred in the same day. I mean that may be TD US. One of the issues with a Canadian opening an account in the States is I would become I PDT rules would then start to apply. Get a bucket. Yeah. 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 Just under the desk with a bucket. I'm sure that would be cool with the TOS of Twitch and YouTube. Um, ooh, new COVID test. Holy cow, that's a big OTC. Why is this not on the? I don't understand. It's got a $6.5 billion market cap. Why is this not on the Nasdaq? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Later, Liam, buddy. Take it easy. Yeah, the CrossFit CEO resigned. He made some less than colorful comments about less tasteful comments about the Black Lives Matter movement. Uh, Fresh it out there, Liam. If you're in the market today, take it easy. Um, MFA Financial, not really anything there. GameStop, no reason to wait around here. Thoughts on this tool? Yeah, that's what we were looking at earlier. Well, I wasn't such a huge fan of. Where did it go? Did I delete it? Yeah. Quiver Quarantine. Okay, so while I wasn't such a huge fan of the flight travels dice, this was huge. So this is clinical trials. This is everything about COVID. All of the news that you would want to read is here. The status of what's going on, where the outbreak is, allocated grants based on the outbreak, different types of trials and studies going on with a global map, clinical trials over time, different drugs that are being considered. Um, this thing is a huge beast for BioDD on COVID, so I'm a huge fan. Uh, GameStop's down that much already? Really? Wow. Well, that's fantastic for my puts, I guess. I don't see it down 9%. I see it down 4. But that was as of 15 minutes ago. Maybe it's falling. Yeah, 451. So that's good. Hopefully that just falls out from under itself. I'd be okay with that. I would be just fine with that. Um, Yeah, GME is down to 451 pre-market, starting to pick up a little steam. As people start to trade this in the pre-market, I think we're going to see some interesting stuff fall in here. Um, Merck got another approval, so this should be heading up shortly. There's not really any volume on it yet. Nickel's still up pre-market. I'm just wondering as the spotlight comes off it, does it start to decline? Do we start to see nickel fall from the sky? Everybody seems to just want to chill. It's maybe this is why the FOMCs are on Wednesday because it's the least volatile day of the market, right? This is why Powell does his FOMCs on these days. Um, the market's not already losing their mind. Interesting. Chewy's down. I thought Chewy would have done well on their earnings. Did Chewy miss? Chewy. It beat. It beat both ways. Why is Chewy down? So confused. What? Yeah, weird. Amazon's back in action, huh? Let's take a look at what Amazon's done. Yeah, there it goes. 2610. People would rather get it from Amazon than Chewy. Maybe, but I mean Amazon is showing or Chewy is showing sales increases. Their sales are up. They beat on revenue, they beat on EPS, and their sales growth are up 46%. That argument that people are going to Amazon doesn't seem true. It's up 46%. I guess. Okay, so let's see if the scanners are picking anything up yet. Nothing on unusual volume yet. GPL, mining. There's AT&M, UAVS. This is the drone company that people were talking about. UAVS. Had a good run yesterday, so it's due to come back down off of that. Yeah, that's always the worst is when you're like, ah, I had it, had the play, just my timing was wrong. Yeah, I never buy that priced in stuff. I really hate priced in. As a term, as a concept, I'm a huge advocate against that concept of priced in. Yeah, and I think that's some of what I mean with GameStop. People just love to hate GameStop at this point. So I don't know that it beating or missing had anything to do with it. Understand how earnings could disappoint. Like, who wrote this? Yeah, it's GME. As I'm reading through this, seems like a tale of two different countries in many ways. The Kim Dreamer, dude. More and more news supporting that global ruralization theory, guys. More and more and more. All right, it looks like it's going to be a relatively slow Wednesday here, guys. There's nothing really just exploding all over the map. We do have the FOMC later today, so be aware of that, guys. 1:30 notes. The minute notes come out at 1. So just be aware of that. Keep your eye on it. I think it's probably going to be a red day, unless Powell says money printer's going to go burr. But I don't know that we see that happening. None of the big movers from yesterday are really making moves to the upside. They're making moves to the downside. Maybe we head over to Koifin. What we're seeing in the markets is still red, I believe. Yep, red, 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 red. Tech sector is doing its best to stay up, but it's red. So it looks like we're in for a red day. Have one heck of a hump day, guys. I think I am going to head out of here. If you guys are new to this channel, I do my analysis from 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so people have time to not only learn what's happening in the market, break down news, but also get ready to make their own plays. So I try to get off at 7 to give you guys that 2.5 hours to get ready for your own trades in the market. If you missed the first part of this, I always do a rerun immediately following. So if you missed the first part, you want to understand what's going on in the market today, feel free to watch the replay here. If you're over on YouTube, you'll still be able to go back and search this. It will be in the search for you there. Thanks so much, guys, for everybody that is following, subscribing. You guys are making this definitely worthwhile. It's great to be able to get up and hang out with you guys. I will catch you tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. See you then.